Dummy, yeah, it's WWE Fastlane as the company's on the Fastlane to Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. So here we are for tonight's pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever the hell you want to call it. But thanks for tuning in and listening to my audio-only live play-by-play watch-along reactions, live right here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Quinn Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Scroll down, check out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit that red subscribe button, notification button next to it, live right here on YouTube, as well to stay up to date. Easiest way to stay up to date is, in fact, on social media. So scroll down, as mentioned, like, follow, and subscribe. The links in the description below. The thumbs up button. Share hashtag WWE, hashtag WWE Fastlane. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated as well. As this video, as always, is powered by both Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts. First off with Rogue Energy, be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form, shakers, and Rogue Energy merch at the link in the description below. Be sure to use the code LUKE, that's LUKE 123 for 10% off. HopeKThrifts, a secondhand resale shop that focuses on sustaining the environment in a cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less, and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shine, among others. HopeKThrifts found on Depop, Instagram, Mercari, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, HopeKThrifts. It's HopeKThrifts. So be sure to use the message seller code CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS for 10% off. Link also in the description below. So we're tuning in to watch the conclusion, at least streaming wise, live right here on YouTube. So once again, thank you for tuning in and listening to the final few matches for WWE Fastlane. Show started about an hour and a half ago, 8 p.m. Eastern time, with the Judgment Day defending their undisputed WWE Tag Team titles against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, and they went down in defeat. Rhodes and main event Jey Uso are your new undisputed WWE Tag Team champions. Then we had a 6-man tag team match. It was Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits taking on Rey Mysterio along with Santos Escobar, but of course they're promoting it as the LWO. And then they needed a tag team partner. Out came Carlito with his apples and helped his team pick up the win. We just saw Io Sky retain her women's championship over Asuka and Charlotte. So coming up next, we'll have our co-main event followed by the main event of the evening. And those two matches are, in fact, a tag team match with John Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline, at least what's left of it. As, of course, main event Jey Uso is now on Monday Night Raw. Now, as well, one half the new tag team champs with the American Nightmare. But, yeah, Cena and Eli Drake, LA Knight, or if you want to consider him as Max Dupree from Maximum Male Models, and that horrible creative decision. Of course, that was then, this is now. Looks like coming up next will be Cena and LA Knight. And then the main event will be the last man standing World Heavyweight Championship matchup with Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, rematch from Payback a month ago. As it's been a year since Bray Wyatt returned. Of course, that was cut short, though, as he passed away late this past summer. May he rest in peace. As that was Extreme Rules. Here we are for Fastlane. They're in the Heartland, Indianapolis, Indiana. Only 5 matches on the card. Like I said, those 3 things happened within the past hour and a half or so. Next, it'll be Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline, as mentioned, what's left of it. Roman Reigns will be returning soon. Of course, he's been inactive on TV the past 2 months or so after SummerSlam. With the whole, Uso storyline with them going at one another now, but now on different brands. One's a champion, one's not, but then remember, there's still Solo Sikoa. So yeah, the tag team match is John Cena and LA Knight. And LA Knight's been in a damn good spot for the most part all year long. Just at times you'd think, okay, when are they pulling the trigger on his push? Even though he has been getting pushed to this point, in the meantime, with who, has seemingly put him over, from the likes of The Undertaker to Bray Wyatt. Hell, he won the Battle Royal at SummerSlam, and now, after The Miz, he's paired up with John Cena in the co-main event of a pay-per-view, for God's sake. So, that's what's coming up next. It'll be Cena and LA Knight taking on not Jey Uso, but Jimmy Uso, the nobody's bitch, Jimmy Uso, with his new entrance, and Solo Sikoa. Heyman will be ringside before he appears on NXT next week, along with a few other main roster talent for business reasons, for desperation reasons, for pettiness reasons, however you want to put it, as AEW will be on Tuesday next week because of the baseball playoffs, rather than their normal Wednesday night slot. It'll be Tuesday, head to head with WWE NXT. So they're bringing in reinforcements, if you will. But Heyman, in the meantime, tonight, he'll be lurking. And then in the main event, Rollins and Nakamura, World Heavyweight Championship, last man standing match. So, of course, as soon as I start streaming, 10 minutes in, we got issues. The WWE Network on Peacock has been working perfectly fine up until now, wants to give me trouble. It has completely froze. Is there anybody else having this issue right now, or just me? And there's the buffer. Now we're back to some commercials. All right. Have it on mute for the time being. We'll turn the volume on here in a second. And unmute it with Dummy, let me talk to you. LA Knight before we, aren't going to be able to see the Peacemaker. So WWE Fastlane. Michael Cole Corey Graves on commentary. There's been a lot of backstage stuff tonight. They've hammered home Pizza Hut. Hey, let's go. Pat McAfee coming out. They are in Indianapolis. As he's made his way back from the Big D, Dallas, Texas, following the River rivalry earlier today, as I continue to watch college football as I have all afternoon as well. So, he's wearing his Indianapolis Colts championship title belt around his waist, I might add, as well, as they got a couple Indy cars up by the entrance on top of that. So he'll be on commentary for this matchup, it looks like, as Cole's, of course, losing his shit. What's new? Last time I saw Pat McAfee, hell, he came out a couple weeks ago on SmackDown because of where they were. Logistics added up. Everything made sense. Everybody was getting high out in Mile High, and his College Game Day was in town, WWE was in town. He kicked off the show. Out came and Austin. It was Austin Theory, and then if you smell what The Rock's cooking, out came Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And they had their, opening to the show, because then The Rock was the guest picker on game day the next day then as well. No chance in hell Pat McAfee was missing WWE Fastlane in Indianapolis, of course, where he resides. He's originally from Pittsburgh, shot 4-1-2. Plays college ball down the road in Morgantown, West Virginia for the Mountaineers. 7th round pick by the Colts. All-pro punter. Retired, of course, became the Howard Stern of sports, if you will. Has his own show. That day when he, returned on WWE a couple weeks ago, earlier in the day he interviewed The Rock. Rock had said about him and Reigns, well, it was a go for this past year's WrestleMania, but then it fell through, so we'll see if it, happens in the near future or not. And then if a guy with a Pepsi tattoo is coming back anytime soon, people are still going to be pissed that Cody's not finishing the story anytime fucking soon. I mean, hell, they can say he fucking finished it earlier tonight, for God's sakes. One half the tag team titles. But Pat cutting a promo, so he's going to, of course, get the crowd pumped up for Indianapolis hosting WrestleMania, which they technically already have. Back of the old Hoosier Dome, which turned into the RCA Dome. Shout Stone Cold as he was asking for a hell yeah. He got it from the crowd, of course. Shouts out Michael Cole. And that hating ass Corey Graves. And Pat McAfee is going to introduce John Cena. Where's he at? We can't see him. I can't see him. And Cena's teaming with LA Knight. Yeah, let me talk to you. Here comes Cena. So now's when the show's going to start. First 3 matches, okay. These 2 to end it, I'd hope are going to, give us a reason to say Fastlane was a pretty decent show. We'll see. Okay, so we're on the Fastlane to the Crown Jewel. They promoted that earlier. That'll be November the 4th. And then 3 weeks from then, Survivor Series. And if the rumors are true, we might see somebody be returning to the company for the first time in quite a while. Only time will tell, though. We'll see as Cena runs down to the ring. But just as always, thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. So it's showtime. Co-main event, main event of WWE Fastlane coming up next. John Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline, which is Jimmy Uso and Sikoa this evening. Of course, Jey Uso no longer in the Bloodline for the time being, at least, until he'll return at some point in time. As Roman Reigns will be returning soon, as well as the head of the table, the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion. As the Tribal Chief is actually coming back next week on SmackDown. So, John Cena to LA Knight, yeah. And I would think they should be winning this in, a heartbeat. I wouldn't be surprised Bloodline, picks up a cheap win. Quick roll up 1, 2, 3. Distraction of some sort from Heyman ringside, or, maybe LA Knight turns on John Cena for all we know. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. And then Rollins, Nakamura, last man standing for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, like, enough said, with these final two matches. We'll see what else they add in. Like I said, there's been a lot of backstage stuff tonight. Jade Cargill did show up. They had a segment with her getting out of her car and then walking up and meeting Triple H backstage. And then, he walked her around, showed her what the WWE's like compared to AEW. And here comes Jimmy Uso with his new entrance theme. It's pretty badass. So let's go by his side. And Paul Heyman bringing up the rear. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for the time being. We'll see what happens. Because like I said, from Fastlane, I really haven't, honestly, truly, watched any pro wrestling TV within the past couple weeks. I haven't. I of course, try to keep up with some news, whether it's worthy or not, and then watch the pay-per-views, of course. But I really haven't watched Raw or SmackDown. Hell, I haven't watched NXT in how long now. I will be tuning in, though, on Tuesday for AEW and NXT. So hopefully you'll tune in live right here on YouTube as well for those live watch-along reactions. So be sure to tune back in tomorrow, Tuesday night, and then next weekend as well for more college football, NFL, and professional wrestling coverage live right here on YouTube. And thanks for tuning in this evening. Be sure once again to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. But yeah, I really haven't watched any pro wrestling TV within the past couple weeks. From Raw to SmackDown to Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Believe me, I've taped them. They're on the DVR to watch. I just haven't, really had an urge, let alone time then afterwards, to sit down and watch it in full. Even though I, for the most part, I still know what the hell's going on. Yeah, of course, pay-per-views, can't miss them unless there's a scheduling conflict, which happened last month. Probably going to happen next month for one of the two pay-per-views. If not both, we'll see. Be sure to subscribe, tune back in. But then, yeah, as I was saying, I'll leave it at that, because for the WWE at least, we're coming off a Wrestle Dream for AEW last weekend. Here we are tonight for this show. There's really not going to be anything until Crown Jewel, and then it'll be Full Gear, and then it'll be Survivor Series. AEW is supposed to be doing, so they say, pay-per-view a month. That would have started basically back with All In. You look at it, with the big picture, from All In to All Out to Wrestle Dream to Full Gear, and then whatever the hell they're going to do, in December, let alone in the new year. Because then for the WWE into 2024, you have that schedule. As this match has begun, bell rings, tag team co-main event, John Cena, LA Knight, and the Bloodline here at Fastlane. Once again, thanks for tuning in. And Cena starting things off against Jimmy Uso. But WWE will have the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then WrestleMania 40 early April. So be sure to subscribe. Keep an eye out for updates. Keep an eye out for new videos. Yeah. WWE Fastlane been okay to this point. But like I said, this is when the show starts, this match, and the last man standing main event with Rollins and Nakamura. So I'll shut the fuck up. We'll see what the hell's going on now here and get the show on the road. So yeah, tag team match, John Cena, LA Knight, and the Bloodline, Cena and Jimmy Uso lock up again as for this matchup. As Cole and Graves have been on commentary all night, Pat McAfee came out. Of course, they are in Indy, and he's on commentary for this matchup as well. We'll see about the main event. We'll see if they literally tear the house down. It's the last man standing match. They had a a street fight a month ago at Payback in the Steel City, which was absolutely bonkers. I don't know, at least in tag team action anytime soon, let alone a singles match for main championship title, let alone the main event, if anything would top that, because that was pretty badass. And of course, a lot's happened, since then. Hell, earlier tonight, talk about the Usos, tag team titles changed hands again. We'll see if they, ever split them, Raw and SmackDown, rather than just have, undisputed tag team titles as they've had. But Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, your new tag team champs, and Jimmy Uso teaming with his other brother and Solo Sikoa, representing the Bloodline, taking on John Cena and LA Knight here at Fastlane. So Solo's legal, taking on John Cena, and there's a headbutt. So we'll see where this goes, and then go from there. One thing at a time, as always. So leave it at that. And now they're working together. Nikki Bella wouldn't be happy about that, as Cena's holding his parts. Jimmy Uso with a right hand to John Cena, but I don't think it connected because there's nobody there. He's Mr. Invisible. You can't see him. Gearing up for another right hand. That connects. Down he goes. LA Knight will get a hot tag here before too long. The crowd's going to go nuts. I would have to think, like I said, Cena and LA Knight are going to win this, and they'll probably work together on the finish. It'll probably be something to the extent of, with a AA to an STFU. Of course, you got to have the 5-knuckle shuffle in there too, but of course, like I said with LA Knight a little bit ago, he's had a damn good year compared to where he was, probably a little over a year ago, with who's put him over. And win, lose, draw, I mean, he's, still the so-called megastar, if you will. But, of course, have him do his finish at some point in time, and all that as well. But, we'll see here. So he's still waiting to tag in, but Heyman's starting to go white as show off a replay here. Solo and Jimmy Uso are working together, but Cena's all by himself. And of course, Cena's been back for a month because of the strike out in Hollywood, which, at least for the writers, just ended. So we'll see how much longer he's going to be around, because that's really the only reason why he is around right now, is because there's anything else to do. So, at least in that regard for Hollywood, I'm sure he could be, voicing over some commercials, as he does. But, or at least come up with some ideas on what his next projects are going to be. So, we'll see how long Cena's around for. I mean, up until he returned a month ago, he was gone for, good 5-6 months. Last time we would have saw him before then was back WrestleMania. They're saying a sold-out crowd. I don't know about that. We'll see. Doesn't really matter. If you're there, you're there. If you're watching like I am, you're watching like I am. So thanks for listening. And if you're tuning in to listen to this live play-by-play watch long reaction stream, for that matter. But, tag made, Solo back in. He's legal against John Cena still. It's been all Cena, but he really hasn't done much. He's been getting beat up. So, too sweet. Where's the club at when you need them? They're beating up John Cena. But I guess slow and steady wins this race. Yeah, like I was saying, they're most definitely gearing up LA Knight for the hot tag here, let alone a run, hopefully, sometime soon. I want to be surprised right now if he'd win the Royal Rumble, but we still got a lot to see and do from now until then, though. Like, a lot can happen in 3.5, 4 months. As a lot's happened in pro wrestling in the past 3.5, 4 months. From when they announced Fastlane mid-June for this evening. So, Cena trying to get to his feet. As he's doing a pretty good acting job there. Fighting back, though. Off the ropes he goes, and then it gets dropped with a kick. So, it's all Uso and Solo's go here against John Cena. And I would say LA Knight, but, I mean, he hasn't done shit yet because he hasn't been able to tag in because Cena's been getting beat up. So, Jimmy Uso now back in legal. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks chant, but I think it's more of a let's go Cena LA Knight chant, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm deaf. But yeah, he is patiently waiting. Cena with an AA, but he's gonna, try to make the tag in the wrong corner now. He's got to literally turn around once he wakes up, and then crawl the whole way across the ring into his corner and tag in LA Knight, which by that point in time, LA Knight's either going to get pulled from behind, down off the ring apron, or they'll pull Cena back and he won't be able to tag him in. Cena trying to tag in LA Knight. And yeah, here comes Solo, and Solo runs over and knocks off LA Knight. So, ref getting involved in between LA Knight and the action. No tag made, so you can't come in. And the ref ain't even paying any attention other than LA Knight in the corner, like, hey, get the hell out. Paul Heyman's acting like he's talking on the phone to Roman Reigns, like, hey, this is what's going on if you're not watching, Tribal Chief. Yeah, that has to be pretty funny. But yeah, the Bloodline continues to beat up John Cena. So I guess they're in agreement with Gallows and Anderson. Too sweet. Along with the phenomenal AJ Styles, wherever the hell he's been at. His Georgia Bulldogs are kicking ass though this evening as the #1 team in all the land in college football. As I'll get back to college football live. Watch along reactions next week with the Blue and White, as the Lions were off this week. So hope to see everybody then. But here we are this evening, WWE Fastlane. As John Cena is still getting beat up and LA Knight's still trying to tag in. So, yeah, leave it at that. Not much else to be said. Cover, kick out at 2. But, I mean, this is pretty boring. Like I said, this crowd is going to crowd's trying to get match in a better direction, if you will, with slow clap and let's go Cena chant. But it's been all one-sided. You know, it's been all bloodline. You know, like I was saying, yeah, pretty boring. Like, they need a spark. Cena needs tagging LA Knight because, as I was saying, once he does tag him in, the crowd's going to go ape shit, go absolutely nuts. The roof's probably going to blow up the damn building. And then we'll go from there. Cena countered whatever Solo just did, which is something in the midsection. And Cena's going to try to tag in LA Knight here. We'll see if he can get him or not. Last time he couldn't. This time he does, though. Here comes LA Knight, and Solo tags in Jimmy Uso in the meantime, and off the ropes. Couple maneuvers for LA Knight, taking out James, and off the ropes they go again. And there's a neck breaker. Some stomps into the corner. Yeah. Out of the corner, and then Solo gets back involved. Yeah, with the DDT. And then a super kick from Jimmy Uso. In the meantime, cover, 1, 2, kick out. So this match continues. LA Knight chant now from the crowd. Jimmy Uso will climb up top. And a frog splash. Nope. LA Knight moves. Power slams him. Whose game is it? Oh, that's right. LA Knight. Yeah, off the ropes. And then an elbow drop. Boom. Kicking Solo into the ropes, and off the ropes they go now. Cena up top. There's a Samoan drop from Solo, but Cena off the top rope with a frog splash of his own to Solo. Remember, LA Knight and Jimmy Uso still your legal competitors. Yeah, everybody is down out here. So they'll reset here. We'll see who gets their feet first and work from there. I don't know if this will be the, midway point of the match already or not. Probably. I mean, it just depends on what else they have planned in between the end of this to the video package for the main event. But then, truly, just how much time do they give the last man standing World Heavyweight Championship match in the main event of the pay-per-view? That's the big question. Because thus far, the longest match was the first match of the night. It was about 20 minutes. Everything else has been less than that. And then here we are with this. I didn't catch what time it started, but we're a little past 10 o'clock now. But more punches, more kicks, more yas. And then LA Knight over the top rope. Cena's got Solo in position, though, for an AA. And then there's a super kick from Jimmy. So down they both go. A couple more replays here. LA Knight gets back up, throws Solo over the top rope. LA Knight jumps up top. Nice box jump. And superplexes Jimmy. And Cena now going to go, you can't see me, even though we can. Off the ropes. 5-knuckle shuffle. And then LA Knight from behind. The BFT, blunt force trauma, which is a fucking DDT. Was a little stunner. And that's the way the match ends. 1, 2, 3. And John Cena and LA Knight, pick up the win over the Bloodline here at WWE Fastlane. As Cena was making sure Solo didn't get back into the ring. They did what I thought they'd do, you know. You can't see me in a 5-knuckle shuffle, and then LA Knight's finisher, and 1, 2, 3 match over. So, yeah, that didn't last that long. Cena really did most of the work, it felt like, for his team. And that was mostly getting beat up the whole entire time. I mean, LA Knight got a hot tag. You know, a couple minutes go by. Shit happens. Finish, match over. So, coming up next, though, it'll be the last man standing World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura in a rematch from Payback. So, if they get it at 11 o'clock, we're looking at, I mean, it's 10 after 10 right now. But you're looking at as Heyman talks into the phone to nobody. You know, we all know it's Roman Reigns. As John Cena and LA Knight will celebrate. So they're in the ring, pointing at each other like they're Spidey Man. So commercial break, we'll be back to action here shortly. Once again, thanks for tuning in. But yeah, you're looking at a good half hour, 45-minute banger with Rollins and Nakamura for the world title, with the last man standing stipulation in tonight's main event. Like I said, it's 10 after 10 right now. Commercial break, video package. You know, with the entrances then and the introductions, you know, another 10-15 minutes go by from now until then, I'd think. And then the bell rings, away we go. They'll go to 11 o'clock, or damn near close to it, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Judgment Day is backstage. Of course, they lost earlier. Of course, Damian Priest still Money in the Bank, though. As Dominic is the North American champion, and Rhea Ripley is the other women's champion. So we'll see if the Senor cashes in this evening or not. And if he does, well, tonight or anytime in the near future, I don't think he's winning. I think it's going to be a failed cash-in. You know, it was like, what the hell when they did it? And then you think about it, it did make sense because, you know, with the Judgment Day, the way they've been getting, you know, pushed the past year and a half or so, their former leader in All Elite Wrestling now, as he altered his route in his pro wrestling future and went across another bridge. So, oh God, Declan McMahon and the Indiana Hoosiers, who will be coming to Happy Valley in a few short weeks, are ringside. Of course, Declan is Shane's son, as he's a current walk-on running back for the Hoosier football team. You know, I can't remember the last time they promoted other than because he's a McMahon, and Bloomington ain't that far from Indianapolis, um, a collegiate sporting team. It's always normally a professional team of some sorts. But that's that. And now we got a Mattel action figure promo. There's Rich Holland breaking people's necks. And you can definitely break action figures' necks. All you have to do is rip their fucking head off. What was I saying? Coming up next, of course, last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. So they'll seemingly be given that time. But yeah, hell, I don't even know at this point. Here's another Crown Jewel promo. It's November the 4th. Hopefully from now until then I'll get caught up on some pro wrestling on TV. It's just football season, man. That as I've mentioned before, as always, takes effect over pro wrestling 9 times out of 10. Tonight's an exception because the blue and white were off this week with a bye week. They're idle, no game. So they're going to have the press conference for Fastlane immediately after the show tonight on the WWE Network on Peacock. We'll see, what everybody's got to say. Then, I'm sure, as always, they'll say, at least recently, another record's been broken, groundbreaking, record-setting night in the Heartland. I can already see the fucking headline. Well, yeah, no shit. Like, the way prices are nowadays, you're gonna, have the numbers, skyrocket and blow through the roof, for God's sakes. So they'll pat themselves in the back. I guess as they should. Why the hell not? Anybody in their right or wrong mind would probably be wanting to do the same thing. It makes you look better. Yeah, what the hell was I saying? I mean, we just wrapped up with that tag team match. Oh, I know. Because they went backstage to the Judgment Day, and we were talking about Damian Priest potentially cashing in. Which, I think if he does, he ain't winning, and it's going to be a failed cash-in. Of course, Edge no longer in WWE. The radar superstar Adam Copeland is all in with AEW. Debuted at Wrestle Dream last weekend. But with the Judgment Day in general, from Edge to Finn Balor to Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, and now JD McDonough is wanting in, and has been wanting in, and haven't done anything necessarily, with that just yet. Give it time, though. It'll happen. Just a matter of when. Yeah, with Damian Priest, it's like when he won Money in the Bank back in July, it's like, all right, what the hell? Because there's other people worthy that would have made more sense, but then you look at it from the other side of it, okay, it does make sense with him winning, even though I think still when he cashes in, he ain't winning. It'll be a failed cash-in once more because of the Judgment Day, because from then until now, I mean, there's been how many different times that, they've been, so close to winning, and then for whatever fucking reason, with the briefcase involved or not, they've just shot themselves in the foot and they've lost this or that, let alone then they lost their tag team titles earlier tonight too. So there's tension, to say the least. So I think if he would cash in and lose, that'd probably be the nail in the coffin. Rhea would probably come to her senses. And she sort of, for the most part, runs the group anyway. At least controlling Dominic, dominating him. She's his mommy. Finn Balor's fine by himself. But then that's the thing with JD McDonough, lurking, wanting in. They haven't let him in. He's helped, but he's also hurt him at times. We get an extra long commercial break as I continue. And now the following is a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship here in the main event of Fastlane. Seth Rollins is just gonna Nakamura, so no DQs, anything goes. It's last man standing. Whoever the last man standing is wins. Whether that's Rollins retaining the World Heavyweight Championship or here comes Shinsuke Nakamura becoming World Heavyweight Champion for the first time, who knows? Let alone then Damian Priest cashing it. If he wins, oh my God. I don't know what I'd do then. Hell, I haven't watched any pro wrestling TV recently. I'd probably stick to that if he cashed in and became champion. He's good, but he's not, I don't think, in my personal opinion. Nothing against him personally, but just wrestling-wise, main event, championship worthy. Even though he's put in, his time. He's been in the sport for a long time. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But Nakamura makes his entrance dressed in all white. But if Priest would cash in and lose, I think that would be the nail in the coffin. They'd kick him out of the Judgment Day, and then he'd be off on his own. You'd have the Judgment Day consisting of Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley, but then they'd, probably add in JD McDonough for what it's worth. As we're about to burn it down, this man hates football, but his two favorite teams did, in fact, win this weekend. So I'm sure he's liking it a little bit better now. But that, of course, speaking of, is Mr. Nickname, as I like to call him, the Architect of the Shield, Seth frickin' Rollins, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, as he's entering WWE Fastlane for this last man standing match as champ. We'll see if he walks out as champ. It's the last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins, Nakamura, and here we go. As this very building is where he turned on the Shield, I might add. June of 2014. Hard to believe it's almost been a decade. But yeah, lots happened from now until then. But they're back in Indianapolis. This is the first Fastlane in a few years. Crowd serenades them. And in tonight's main event of the 2023 edition of WWE Fastlane, once again, it's Seth frickin' Rollins and the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, 1-on-1, last man standing for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we'll get close to a 40-minute match here, probably. Probably about 30, 35 if I'd have to guess. Like, Nakamura deserves to win more than Damian Priest does. They probably won't have him win, though. You know, this is just a rematch, and it's a last man standing match, just so it's not what it was at Payback. You know, add a stipulation to it. Because you look ahead, Rollins is World Heavyweight Champion. You got, you know, potential matches in the near future with opponents such as Rollins continues to get serenaded during his entrance. You're going to have, you would think, you know, Seth Rollins and Cody Runnels, Seth Rollins and Shawn Ricker, Seth Rollins and Phil Brooks potentially if he returns. So we'll see. But he's taking on Shinsuke Nakamura here. Last man standing. Bell rings, match underway. Here we go. Rollins wanted the suicide dive, but Nakamura just walking around ringside. Just, you want to, you know, beat me. No countouts, no submissions, no disqualification. It's last man standing. Whoever the last man standing is, whoever is able to answer the call of 10 before their opponent is last man standing will win. There's a kendo stick. So now Nakamura pulling Rollins ringside. As Rollins got back in the ring there momentarily with kendo stick, but missed, and now they're going to fight ringside here for a while, it looks like. So we'll see what happens, but of course you want tables. What's new? They'll get the tables out, I would think, eventually. Maybe not, though, just to piss them off, because not every fucking match needs tables. They just don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know, there's a difference between wanting, needing, and getting. Okay? Look it up. But, alright, shit, Rollins already ripping up the floor mat, and we're going to fight on the actual floor of the arena. And that'll be reversed. Powerbomb, no. And then into the steel steps. Yep. So, yeah, like I said, we'll see where this goes here. But, because we should have a good one on our hands. There's, of course, green shirt guy. He's always fucking the front row. Powerball in about 35 minutes for the 1.4 billion. So if you never hear from me again after tonight, you'll know why. But Rollins grabs a steel chair, or steel steps, excuse me, and rams those into Nakamura's side. And then throws them. Nakamura dives, misses. You know, rolls the dodgeball. But, yeah, he moved Rollins with the steel steps into the other steel steps then. So luckily they didn't ricochet and hit anybody, as he's going to grab a couple more kendo sticks from underneath the ring. Yeah, go home and live and fight another day as champion. Well, why don't you go home now? Get this match done over with right off the bat. Rather than, you know, well, it's going to take some time for, you know, a last man standing match. like, we'll see if anybody gets busted open. We get any blood in this, or what the hell's gonna happen? I mean, more kendo sticks. Rollins with one table, now make it 2 tables. He's got a garbage can, I might add. So there's a lot of weaponry about to be used in this last man standing match here, it looks like, with Rollins and Nakamura. So Nakamura with a knee to the back of the head on the ring apron ringside to Rollins. Yeah, very well could. What the hell is that? Oh shit. Nakamura's got nunchucks right to the back of the knee of Rollins as he was grabbing the garbage can. But Nakamura, yeah, he's got nunchucks. Just swing them all over the place, going to town on Rollins. Nakamura off the middle rope, dives and hits a running knee on Rollins. There's a 2 count, 3. So we'll see how the count is from the ref. If it's, slow, or this one's pretty fast. Another knee to the back of the knee, but kendo stick on the garbage can with Rollins inside. That has to potentially hurt with just the sound, would jerk you, make you jump. Are those the nunchucks again? Yeah, he's got them tied around his mouth. Trying to choke him out. But it's really, scary, and then you don't have really anywhere to go. Like, you're trapped. Like, and you're still continuing to get beat. Sick mindset, says Michael Cole, for participating in the last man standing match. I can't even remember the last time WWE had a last man standing match. I mean, from what I can recall, it's been a while. I could be mistaken. Let me know in the comments below if I am. But, like, at least on a pay-per-view, I mean, maybe they've had one on Raw or SmackDown recently, but I don't think so. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it's been a good while since they've had a last man standing match. But for this, it just, it adds a stipulation to the match, and I don't know if we'll get a trilogy with these two and get another one, anytime soon. Maybe, probably not, though. I mean, if we do, it'll probably be on Raw. I don't know if they do it again on a pay-per-view. I mean, back-to-back pay-per-views, this match is main evented. For 2 pay-per-views, really since SummerSlam, on paper, afterwards, and from start to finish and during the show, I mean, not necessarily lackluster, but, I mean, it had its highs, had its lows, as they all do, but just nothing really, necessarily major, but just the same old, but sometimes less is more. Of course, tonight is the first WWE pay-per-view since the company was sold, I might add, as well. Well, technically, since the deal went through, because they were sold earlier this year, which was right after WrestleMania. WWE bought by Endeavor, who owns the UFC. So then they merged as one big happy family. Even though, as Endeavor owns both the UFC and WWE, both companies, of course, still doing their own thing. But then, with the sale, finalizing, and then the merger, official, about a month ago now. You have, of course, with public stocks and being a publicly traded company, rather than the WWE ticker that the WWE had when they went public, when they introduced the WWE Network back in 14, right before WrestleMania 30. I mean, shit. Little funny, little odd coincidence. I don't think so. Just how, some shit works out, though. Because everything happens for a reason, but, like all these rumors of CM Punk returning, sometime soon, potentially the WWE. Like, hell, he was still in the company when they went public. And now, almost 10 years later, the WWE was sold. They're now owned by Endeavor, which once again owns the UFC as well. But they, each have their own division, if you will. They're still doing their own thing. But now they're called the TKO Group, Total Knockout, if you will, on Wall Street. But yeah, tonight's the first major show, first pay-per-view for the company since that all was finalized. And now, long story short, Punk might be coming back. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I could really care less either way. AEW had to do what they had to do because he was, causing too much trouble in their eyes, and they decided to cut ties. Which, good on their part. Any company would do the same thing. That's what sometimes it seems like, just because it's a, sport or something bigger, larger than life, you know, shit gets blown out of proportion, but you got to look at it as, you know, in your own shoes, you know, personally, well, like this shit wouldn't fly in the real world, you know. But also one's man's trash is another man's treasure. As it's sort of gone both ways now in that regard too, if you catch my drift there. With potentially what could happen, but then also I might add, you know, of course, Punk's from Chicago, Survivor Series, guess where? Chicago, Illinois, Thanksgiving weekend. AEW's in Chi-Town that Wednesday for Dynamite, but they're in Pittsburgh that Saturday for Collision. Won't be going just because of Penn State football. I mean, hell, that's why with Payback, with the live stream a month ago, was a few days late. Only watching Fastlane live this evening because Penn State's off. You know, college football to me is bigger and better than the NFL. Of course, I watch both. Penn State and Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Steelers play tomorrow at 1, so be sure to tune in for those live watch-along reactions against the Ravens. You know, of course, WWE, for the most part, it always ran Sunday pay-per-views. And now they're doing all these Saturday pay-per-views. And, I mean, yeah, you got to watch them when you can, but sometimes there are scheduling conflicts, and you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes you miss out. But it just is what it is, you know, it's life. But so here we are tonight. Crown Jewel is probably going to be like Payback for myself. I'll probably watch it a couple days later. We'll see about Survivor Series, but remember when CM Punk had left the WWE? Royal Rumble, his last appearance with the company, it was in the Steel City. And then he left later on in the year, of course, showed up at a UFC show. Of course, got into MMA. That didn't go too well for him. You know, he's good as an announcer, good as a commentator. As he likes to blade underneath the commentating tables, I might add. But, of course, a couple years back, got back into pro wrestling, and rumors were true then. We'll see if the rumors are going to be true now. But I'll leave it at that. Just, you know, talk about coming full circle, man, you know. But then that's the thing, too, like, if he thinks he can, you know, get away with what he got away with in AEW, I mean, that shit's not going to fly in the WWE, and he fucking knows that. You know, he's not going to be able to drop a pipe bomb promo every fucking week. You know. Like, the return is somebody, you know, once told me, and it is true to an extent, however you want to look at it. You know, but the honeymoon in his return to pro wrestling sort of ran its course. And, you know, with injuries and shit he said, and, you know, another show made just for him, and now he's, you know, not even there. He wasn't laughing the whole way to the bank until there's a little, you know, part in a termination that says with cause, you know, meaning you're not getting paid anymore. But, you know, from all that to, I mean, shit, start of the fall to the end of the fall, he's going to be the Real World's champion, to getting fired, to coming back potentially. Only time will tell. We'll see. I'll leave it at that. But this last man standing match continues. Seth Rollins, who is the World Heavyweight Champion, the potential future opponent, if you will, for said person I was just talking about, continues this main event match against Shinsuke Nakamura. Last man standing once again for the World Heavyweight Championship here in the main event of Fastlane. So thanks for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool and Luke96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Press subscribe button, notification button next to it, as well as stay up to date. Links in the description once more. Thumbs up button. Share. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag WWE Fastlane. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always really appreciated as well. And be sure to also go check out Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts as this video is powered by both Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts. Links also in the description below for 10% off. Rollins Nakamura last match for the World Heavyweight Championship. They have one table set up into the corner. It sort of broke, but it didn't. They're setting up this other table ringside. In the meantime, as I was, talking about everything I just talked about, they were fighting, through the crowd a little bit, to this area, to this area. It's been pretty split down the middle, pretty even. I just don't, see a way Rollins loses. Even though I'd like Nakamura to win, it's not going to happen. Nakamura fighting back here. Crowd serenading the Architect. And Nakamura mocking the crowd, yeah. And then threw the fucking table, Jesus Christ, to the floor. I mean, here's a replay. Yeah, a knee off the top rope, through the table ringside. Nakamura landed a little too far on it. Table split in two, though. Like a clean break. Like, I don't know if they would have had that cut a little bit underneath. That they did that spot, it was going to break, as easy as it did. I'm sure they, probably did. They normally will have it, messed with. But yeah, it's last man standing, so you got to answer the call. So, still chair shots now. Nakamura to Rollins. You got to give a damn about yourself, says Michael Cole. Yeah, that is true. There's a ladder propped up next to the announce table. So, seemingly they'll be climbing that and going through the announce table here before too long, if I have to guess. You're going to kill yourself. Well, Christian Cage just told Adam Copeland to go fuck himself. Rollins climbs the one side of the ladder, Nakamura the other. Here comes a vertical suplex off the top of the ladder through the announce table ringside. Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that? Some sort of red mist? I doubt it's blood. Maybe it was a blood packet, that he bit into and spit. Because that's what Nakamura just did to Rollins. And then pushed him off the ladder through the announce table. And Rollins has to answer the call here to keep this match going for Japan's title. 9 count, he's up. Just barely. That was a good spot. That was. This is awesome chant from the crowd. This is awesome. This is by far the best match of the night thus far. You probably could have had a last man standing match with these two for 3 fucking hours, and it'd probably be better than the whole other rest of the show. Kinshasa from Nakamura into the corner on Rollins, who then falls through the table behind him. And Nakamura waiting just for the 10 count so he can win, but Rollins in the meantime has to try to answer the call. 6 count. Make it a lucky number 7. 8. Rollins trying to get up. 9. Okay, he's standing technically. It's ringside. He just rolled out of the ring. And then Nakamura, irate. Kicks to the back. So now they're going to fight through the crowd once more here, back towards the area where the kickoff pre-show panel was. Nakamura has Rollins down on a table. Kicking him from behind. As Nakamura screams. Like, the war cry. Yeah, Rollins starting to fight back. Gonna pedigree him through this table. Oh, shit. Yep. Hashtag world title, I might add. Now they both have to try to get up. Rollins up first, then Nakamura. He's gonna... Oh, shit. Falcon Arrow through the tables that were set up next to that other table they just pedigreed him on. And they both hit the fucking floor. Holy shit chant from the crowd. Yeah, no doubt about that. 7 count. 8. 9. Nakamura's down. Rollins is up. 10. Ring the bell. Rollins retains. And he has defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in this last man standing match to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. He is still your World Heavyweight Champion. Nakamura very well easily could have continued to stand, but he fell down. That was damn good, that was. I mean, what? About a half hour, you know? Give or take. There's some security. We'll see what happens next, though. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't losing anytime soon. If he does, it's going to be like WrestleMania. That's why I still think it's going to be Rollins and Rhodes at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship, because they do Reigns and Rock. Well, voila, there you go. And then if they bring CM Punk back, people are going to be pissed even more. Not because of, you know, bringing him back by any means, but, you know, for Cody Rhodes fucking finishing the story. He doesn't need to be finishing the story anytime soon. Okay? As Rollins celebrates, sort of into the crowd. You know, those were good seats for a show about this time a year ago. And now here's the Fastlane recap. As LA Knight actually arrived in the Slim Jim car, I might add. So I guess that's his Wienermobile. As he was victorious with John Cena, defeating the Bloodline. I had Io Sky retain her Women's Championship. Carlito was the mystery partner for the LWO in their six-man tag team match, defeating Lashley's new Hurt Business with the Street Profits. New tag team champions earlier, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso. We'll see what name they come up with as a tag team, because you got the American Nightmare in the main event. Jey Uso from the Bloodline now on Raw. Of course, this just adds more fuel to the fire, if you will, with the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns story that, you know, they'll get back to at some point in time, you'd think. Maybe not, though. We'll see. And then as they won, no cash in from Damian Priest, because in the main event, last man standing, it was Seth Rollins defeating Shinsuke Nakamura to retain his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So we'll see what the future holds for him, let alone everybody in the WWE. Of course, they have Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Their next show will be, at least for pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, November the 4th, and then Survivor Series 3 weeks from then. Before Royal Rumble gets here, and then we're on the road to WrestleMania, which will all be here before you know it. So I'll leave it at that. Let me know, of course, what you thought of WWE Fastlane in the comments below. I honestly thought it, you know, was okay. It wasn't that great of a show. You know, I thought coming in this week, like, yeah, card pretty much sucked. It's just a bunch of same old as we've seen recently. I feel like they're just trying to get by, you know, to whether it be Crown Jewel, whether it be Survivor Series, into the new year for Royal Rumble. They'll be going down under for the Elimination Chamber, and then, WrestleMania 40. Of course, still got a lot of time to kill, though, every week. Raw, NXT, SmackDown. I just say that because, fuck, how many times have we had so far this year, like, either a tag team or a 6-man tag team main event match, on Raw or SmackDown for that matter, involving, the same teams every fucking week. I get storyline, I get, creative, I get the booking, can always be better, but sometimes it's like, what the fuck are they doing? There's always a reason, though, whether we see it right to start or, take some time to realize it, or it just takes time to, overall get to that point, then, yeah, that's understandable. Just is what it is, we're still going to watch, whether it's good or bad. We've seen it bad, though. Hopefully it doesn't get that bad anytime soon. Because it's their company, they're going to do what they want. And they know we're still going to watch. That's the thing. As I've said before, you want to really tell them how you feel, quit fucking watching. Then they'd get the gist. Okay, something's got to change. But, yeah, as always for any show, like, could have been better. But I thought it was okay. No doubt about it, the last 2 matches are the best 2 matches of the show. Main event, probably the best. It's the last man standing match, for God's sakes. Yeah. Like, this is awesome, holy shit. All that jazz, as always. But, coming out of the night, nothing new. It's just, same shit we've seen and been talking about and dealing with for how long now. So now's the time to, all right, turn the switch a little bit and move on. You stand still, you're going to get left behind. Which they won't be getting left behind. But you get my point. You just, in pro wrestling, it's always reinventing yourself. It's, okay, let's do something we haven't done in a while. Well, okay, last man standing match. I give them that, because that's what I was saying earlier. I can't remember the last time they had a last man standing match. It's been quite a while, I think. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I am, but pretty sure it's been a while since they've had a last man standing match. But even with that, like, it's always the little things, because they all add up, and then it's, overall the big picture. That's why I feel like they're just trying to, get by. And, they're doing what they're doing. It's what it is. Could be better. Could be a hell of a lot worse, though. So, you take it for what it's worth, and I'll leave it at that. So, just always thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Hope to see everybody on next week and in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead for more coverage live here on YouTube, college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling. And just as always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. And I'll see everybody when I see you. So that's WWE Fastlane. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. And once more, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below.